Emily, welcome to the new version of Charger. I don't think we've done this before since the boys gone.
Nah, we haven't.
Just me and Big Deji.
To be honest, it's long overdue.
Yeah. Well, what you mean? Just me and you, or
Yeah, me and you.
podcast?
Like things like I fuck with every guest that comes on. Like I really appreciate everyone that comes on, but I also sometimes I just want to pod with the boy.
Yeah, that's actually true. And I don't think there's like one episode we did in the previous place where it's just me and you.
Yeah.
I think I was wearing like a Batman top and everything.
Bro,
Purple background. It was looking mad Congolese.
Bro, you always look mad Congolese.
I'm just wearing black everywhere. Black tracksuits and crowd.
Anytime Jordan wants to get dressed up, anytime you want to get dressed up, yeah, like it's always Congolese. Like on a regular day, casually, you're fine.
Yeah.
But the minute you say, "Let me step outside,"
on the regular day tracks, casually it's tracksuits and the fucking.
bro, there's not more comfortable than a tracksuit. That's why.
See, that's the thing. Like, I actually wonder, do you dress? Maybe fashionista will tell me, oh, you can do both. But for most parts, yeah, I dress to be comfortable. Like I look at these fashionistas, I'm like, hopefully they're comfortable. But it feels like, first of all, I don't want to put that much thinking into it.
Yeah.
Secondly, cargos and a hoodie it's just comfort, and I can move anywhere I want to move to. But sometimes people are like, they dress maybe a bit more. I don't know. Are they comfortable? Like, do you have to be dressing down to be comfortable, or can you still like dress up and be like,
I think you can dress up and be comfortable because even like
maybe
when I do decide to dress up as well, like I feel like I'm comfortable for the most part. Like jeans, I just don't like. You know what it is, yeah. Once we got through that skinny jeans era, now we're wearing jeans that are actually just baggy and loose. Yeah. Bro, I can feel comfortable.
You did like skinny jeans?
I wore them, but like they were uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, where did we go to that?
It was the swag era, bro. It was the swag era. I'm telling you, brother.
You know, that's how now I see guys like, you know, it went too far when it went to like super skinny.
You know, those spray on skinny.
Bro, I was just like, see that picture of those white guys and they're all like hands.
They all wear
on the holidays.
They all wear River Island clothes.
What? River Island just fell off, didn't it? That used to be like the brand.
But it's
Zara River Island. Zara's still there, but River Island.
You know what? If River Island feels like there's gems in there occasionally, but it feels like expensive for not that great.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Why did it? I think it also got to a point where like H&M were giving you a good, decent quality, but it wasn't that expensive. So you're like, the same jeans you could get for 60 euros in River Island, you could say, I can get 20 euros in H&M. And then the Boohoo Man came along, and then the Shein.
Oh yeah,
Boohoo Man killed the game.
I don't shop in shops anymore.
Yeah.
Shopping for men, like, it actually physically is horrendous.
I can't remember last time I actually went and bought something. Other than like, you know, when you have you need a plain white tee and you can't go to shop, a quick Tesco trip to the F&F section and get a plain white tee. But other than like proper shopping, I don't think I've shopped in
because the thing is, I can never find what I'm looking for. Like every time, I can never find what I'm looking for. And if I do find what I'm looking for, it's not my size.
How did our parents have the patience for that though? They'll take us and 3 kids and they have to find what they're looking for, find what we're looking for, this was looking for, and then you waste the whole Saturday just looking for going through TK Maxx, man. That was like the devil's playground.
Bro, but once again, gems, you just have to look.
I think that's the effort part. When
I hate that shit. I was even talking about going to the shop and actually going through the racks.
Yeah.
Bro, like, Dundrum is nice to look at, but it's a terrible place to shop, especially for men. There's no River Island for men. The Zara's cool. What else is there really?
You ever feel like you get your size and it says it's your size, and then you take it and it's like, nah, this is not. Or you have to try it on and it's not your size, and you're like, am I gonna go up now or I don't remember that era as much now anymore because again I haven't done it for a minute.
I've done it for a
minute.
And
especially now, like the work from home situation. I ever done shopping for clothes that you were gonna go to work for?
Yeah, I have before, but now, bro, I'm working in my boxers, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You one of those actually?
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I work naked sometimes.
This guy's
no, because I sleep naked. Yeah, so
do you actually sleep naked or do you just say sleep naked?
I sleep naked every day.
No. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna ask
dick
questions.
out every day, bro. In between the sheets, just swinging.
Why?
It's comfortable.
I don't think so. I tried it before. I wasn't comfortable.
You see, the thing is, you're afraid of getting attacked in the middle of the night. That's what it is. You're afraid of fighting somebody with your dick out.
do you know sometimes it is? Do you know? Let me be vulnerable on the pod, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you know? Maybe sometimes like I'm not comfortable with my hang time.
Yeah.
You know when you're just hanging
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not comfortable with that.
You're
so I feel
married
like-
now, bro.
I know.
She's seen it soft.
I know, but I've never just been comfortable with the hang time.
Okay, wait.
So I'm just like,
how vulnerable are we getting right now?
Very. Big Joe.
Hey, Big Joe, what you saying?
Big Joe. How's it going, broski? You good, man?
What? Are you recording new music or what are you doing?
Oh my god, When's it dropping? Let's plug it real quick. The album, there's everything. Yeah, we're
We're live.
live on the font. See, come on, Big Joe. Dumplings soon.
Dumplings up next week, next Friday.
Come on. Nice to see you, broski. Nice to see you, broski.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah?
Check out the video, Dumplings.
Bless,
You
bro.
might see the people you know in there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, back to the dick talk.
Yeah. What's called like? Do you feel you're a grower or a shower?
Oh, I'm definitely a grower.
Same. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I'm comfortable in my growth. Do you know that kind of like on the growth thing? I'm like, yeah, no, it's calm. But on the just like I'm a
Just a regular step out? Nah, bro. Give me a semi.
I thought dick talk with Edmund Dave left. But
You guys think I'm uncomfortable with TikTok? I'm actually not.
But back on that, no, let's go back. So if you, even when you're seeing someone, whatever, and you're sleeping next to them, hotel things, dick out even then.
Bro.
Or you put box, do you have a bit of decorum and put box? Or is the dick thing just
Is it
comforting?
is it a first link?
No, actually, yeah. Let's say it was the first link, but you're sleeping in the same bed for the first time.
Oh, for the first. Oh no, come on, like just like I can't.
How do you introduce it, though?
because you know what, yeah.
You
Like
have to say it.
I think it's wild. I think it's wild that if she's fully clothed and you're butt ass, bro, that's so wild, bro.
No way. How do you introduce it then? Or do you just then, if you're sleeping next to someone, you can't do it?
No, I'll sleep in my boxers. Like,
Yeah, okay.
and the thing is, like, I can sleep with clothes on. I just prefer not to.
Nah, bro.
Like, okay, like if I'm sleeping, are we fucking?
Yeah. I'm assuming this is the person. When I say link, you're like, this is the person you're fucking, but that's the first time maybe you might have participated in fornication.
Oh, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, nah. If
Even if they have full gown pajamas, you will sleep naked.
Nah. See, the thing is, you can't have clothes on and I'm butt ass because I'm gonna feel like a creep, bro. Like, no, because actually thinking about that, like, and you know what? Yeah. So my dick is just rubbing up against whatever fabric you're wearing. No, bro. I would just feel wild if. Like, if it was my girlfriend, long-time girlfriend, wife, whatever, yeah, bro, I'm dick out. Calm.
Yeah.
But a girl, I'm licking, bro. It's just like...
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, first time you'll do it one way. How do you then step them into your world and be like, yo, this is how it sleep be? Or we just do it eventually and be like, this is the third link. I can. You know how we all put our best foot forward, but by the third link, you'll be like, oh, okay, I can do this.
I think because I'm a cuddler,
Yeah.
if we just fucked, we're not going to go reach to go put clothes on. So it's just going to naturally happen.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah, like, but yeah, no, bro. Sleeping naked is the vibe, man. It's the vibe. Like,
What's happening there?
is it that one?
It's still recording.
Yeah. Hold on. No, I think it's something from somewhere else. No. Sleeping naked, bro. Sleeping naked is the vibe. Like, it's the wait.
I've tried it. No, I don't. I do it in sunny countries, holidays. But you know that ones, yeah. Like, you know that ones when you do like you do a session like at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And after you finish, you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
It wasn't even conscious. But I wake up at like 8 a.m. something and realize, oh crap, I never put my clothes on.
But
And then I wake up and put clothes on.
But what's the point
I
at
don't
that
know. I
point?
think it's no one, bro.
No, but you know.
I think it's no one.
The best feeling, yeah, is have you ever been falling? You're asleep, and somehow both of you just wake up and you're fucking them.
Yes.
It's the best. Absolutely, hands down, the best. Because I don't know how I woke up, and I don't know how you woke up, but we both woke up, and now we're fucking.
Yeah, and then after there you just straight back to sleep, like it just.
Yeah. What's going? You fuck, and we're like, there's no. Don't talk to me.
Well,
Let's go
you
right back to
said
sleep.
when Dave used to call you sex god, after the conversation I had with you yesterday, I believe it.
Don't perpetuate. Don't. I'm all talk, bro.
I'm not gonna say it, but after I was like this, bro. What you were saying is not even. It's not even attainable.
How is it no?
Bro, we can't even have the conversation without actually talking about it. So let's
Wait, no,
just
it is attainable. Like this is the thing, yeah. Like obviously, there's going to be certain days where thing can't run.
Yeah.
But if it can run, it's running.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Take away that week in the month, yeah. Take away that.
Yeah,
Whenever when girls were there, like they say, the pitch is waterlogged, whatever they
bro.
say.
Sometimes you got to play.
This guy is crazy. This guy is crazy.
No, to be okay, wait. Genuine. Let's be open. Yeah, let's. Have you had period sex?
Once, yeah. One time.
And how was it?
It was good. It was great. Like after it, I was like, okay, I could just wait 3 days. Like I could wait till the end.
But I could also have sex now.
Are you on that? Is that a staple?
It's not a staple, but like I remember I did it accidentally one time.
Okay.
Like, we woke up and we start beating in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then pulled the covers, murder scene.
So it started during.
I did it. I wasn't checking.
Oh,
you know some. You know.
Because sometimes it says sex and juices it.
Yeah, no. I think that's happened before as well.
Yeah.
But like, I'm talking too much. Yeah.
Dave leaves for one episode. Remember you tried this episode. You tried to do this with the two most political people on the podcast. You start walking them in. Anybody here have period sex? The podcast just ended.
Bro, the podcast went left from there. No, but yeah, back to what I'm saying. Yeah, sleeping naked is a vibe. Especially like, are you a cuddler?
I am more so now. Actually, I wasn't initially, but now I'm a cuddler.
Bro, ain't nothing better than babes is naked, you're naked, dick pressed up against some bone, and you just grabbing a titty, and then you just wake up with a titty in your hand. Is that like, how is that?
But you
not
cuddle
fantastic?
through the night.
Yeah, I'm a cuddler. Like
Through the night, like you can sleep. Sometimes the heat gets too much for me. Sometimes like,
see, that's why your clothes. Why'd you have clothes on? If you didn't have clothes on, you wouldn't be as hot. See, scientific.
And obviously the other party also is there. They have to be calm with this. Like they cuddle through the night, butt naked, everything. And then,
Yeah, the thing is, I can and I can also not. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't.
I think on this 20 minutes of this podcast, I've learned more about you than any other episode of the podcast.
This is what I'm saying.
This is crazy.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, when it's just us two, it's good. It's a different vibe.
Yeah, you could be comfortable.
Yeah,
with it.
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
or are you waiting until Dave left so you can open up this?
You know, see now that the formation has changed, we have to go into different roles.
Yeah.
So one day I might dip into the Dave thing. One day Jordan might dip into
it's just about being authentic and comfortable with what you're saying, isn't it?
But
Quick intro before we.
Yeah, let's fucking intro.
Let's fucking intro. Anyways, we are here. We are charged. We are the podcast with the highest level of analysis to culture needs. I'm Uncle Jay, but you mans call me Jordan. I'm here with.
You know it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Deji, nigga with the Midas touch. You'll never get over this.
Because I talked to you pre-production, post-production, on the pod, and that's the only time your voice sounds like that.
All right, so do you want me to talk like this?
No, don't do it. I'll do it.
Nah, it's too late. I'm talking like this.
Yeah, well, you're
for
thinking about saying something there.
This podcast is brought to you by Rome Candles. Candles that will make your house smell nice. Candles that help you get your girl back. Candles that help you get your man back. Candles that help you get it cracking. You know, if you guys aren't, you know, if you're a grower and you need a show or something, put the candle on. But you know, like that, if you buy 5 candles, you get the 6th one free. Make sure you grab a candle. They smell fantastic. My personal fave is watermelon margarita.
That's everybody's personal fave. Like,
It's
some
lit, bro.
people will not name them, but they might have a podcast that the acronyms are GTG. They took that home. they took watermelon margarita home, so just believe that's the one.
Is
that other
where
like.
it's gone?
Bro.
Watermelon margarita is always. Why didn't I just take that home myself, bro? But
Your Steve done the job.
what's called? You know that we record here at Vision Lab, and if you want to come record and use some of the facilities that are here at Vision Lab, you can use that visionlab.ie. Go when you're put promo code Charger 25% off. Like, who doesn't want that? Like, I know you might want to be podcasters, rappers, all of that. So come true, try it out, see how you feel about that. And for all you babes, I want to get your eyebrows laminated. Alion
Browless, brow stylist.
Alion brow stylist. Let her know that Charger sent you. She'll give you 10% off. And you know that's how. But yeah, let's go back into what I was gonna say. Have you ever questioned your masculinity? Have you ever had a moment where you're like,
No, Wait, what do you mean by masculinity? When you say masculinity, I thought sexuality.
No, not sexuality. Masculinity.
No, because let's be honest, I don't know like fully now what masculinity is defined as, or what we're conditioned to be defined
Yeah.
as. But in what way were you like? Did you?
No, I want you to answer.
I don't think so.
however
I
you
don't
want.
think I've ever been in this situation. I've questioned my masculinity. No. Have you? No, wait.
Yeah, I have.
Where? When?
Like, it's really weird because sometimes growing up, like niggas will be doing certain things around me, and like I'm like, am I not masculine because I don't think this way or do these things?
Oh yes, okay. In that terms, like when like obviously my brother and Breach would be building stuff, and they will build bikes and build and I wasn't like on it like they were, and I wasn't doing it, and I wasn't as good as them. It made me kind of question like as a like being a man, should I not be able to also
Build
put
things
stuff
with your hands.
build things together, put stuff together with your hands. Yeah. So it made me, and then obviously now moving out, there's certain things. But the flip kind of started. It was kind of like at some stage I want to have kids, and I want to have them like build their dollhouse or build their bikes, and I want to be able to do that. I don't want to be like, oh, daddy can't do this for me, or daddy is not capable of doing. I don't want them to look at me as incapable in that way. So I've learned, I've gotten better at it over like the last 6 months. More so it's like. Not even got better at it. I just know I can do it. I just know it's not that deep. But being younger, I did question it a bit. I was like, should I not be able to do this? Yeah.
Nah, you know what though? Like, I feel like there was a point where I feel like if I got a girl, I want to be her point of contact for everything. But you almost can't be that. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like it would bother me for another man to do something for you.
I hear that though.
No, yeah, I know, but like there's certain situations where it's like,
Nah. There's no situation.
Nah.
Unless it's her dad. No man should do it. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Unless you guys share the same blood.
Yeah, why you do something for my girl? No. Yeah. When did the realization come like it's okay for another man?
I feel like it was a place where I started stretching myself thin trying to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? And like just kind of like I don't want you to be able to another man to provide something for you that I can't.
But I think that's okay to feel that way though.
Yeah, I know, but at what point does it become
toxic?
A problem.
And also, I guess it depends on the task. Yeah, I think it's okay to feel like that, but if she had a flat tire and the next door neighbor could do it, and you went there, and
next door neighbor don't change my gas tire.
See, just like that, he switched back. But like that's what I'm saying is like I think it depends on the task. There's certain things that, as a man, you want to. Like I think we're saying with T here, there's certain you just want to protect and provide and be able to do things for them that you will. I'd rather spend an hour figuring it out first before doing it than letting another guy do it in 15 minutes.
Facts.
You know, I don't 100%. Think like, but you start wearing yourself thin because you felt like you were doing too much.
Or, you know what? Let's even take it away from another man doing something for your girl that you can't. Obviously, like you and your wife have been married or whatever, and you speak about your past. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like if an ex did something for her that you're just not that way inclined, or you know what, maybe just it's not in your budget or anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you kind of feel like, should I be doing that? Like, do you feel like you're missing out on something that your ex used to do that I'm not doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Do you get me?
No, that does. Now that you say that, stuff like that does bother me, and it does bother men in general. And that's why they say, like, I'll see posts and they're saying, like, sometimes it's not about that you have a past. Sometimes it's not the past about it. It's like a lot of men get in competition, and it's our egos. They'll say our egos is our insecure. We'll let them say what they like. It's like, now that I know he flew you to the Maldives, you've already experienced the Maldives, and you're happy with that. I feel like until I can provide also something similar on that level for you, you might. I'm like, are you thinking of me for less because I can't do this for you? But the guy that did this, he could have been thrown in her face. I'm the one that provides this for you. I'm the one that buys. And
he could be a prick, like.
Yeah, that situation didn't suit him. But our masculinity feels like I should also be able to do that for it. Like, I'm not even inclined to do like there's guys that talk about their past with the girls in terms of sexually, and the girls have done some things that they're not even really into. They might have done threesomes. They might have they're not really into that. But now they feel like,
or they're into it with him. You're not that guy.
Not if you feel like I have to get the same treatment, because if he got the treatment, I have to get that treatment. But at the same time, like, I don't. want to give you that treatment because I'm not there anymore. And like I'm not 20. Say like I'm not when they did I was 19. I'm not 19 anymore. I'm not chasing those thrills. I'm actually happy with the way we live and the sex we have and the way we do things. But now you feel like, wait, are you not doing this with me because I'm not manly enough, or are you not doing
like
that? Like men do get in this competition in their little heads about it's like,
I feel
why
like
were
girls
you
do
giving
too.
him that treatment, but I'm not getting the same treatment? Or even it could be even cooking. You make the meal for him that's you were making certain meals for him. So why was he getting that treatment and I'm not getting that treatment?
Yeah.
But you say you're with me and you're with me longer, and you said this relationship it works better. Or you're willing to give him a different type of treatment. That can be annoying.
And you know what? Yeah, have any times in any relationships or whatever, a girl spoke about something that a guy might have done for her, and you see that little twinkle in her eye, and then it's like, should I be doing that?
Ooh, I can't. Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
let's even say like, it was a date that she went on, and it was
Yeah.
like super spontaneous, and it's like, I don't know, do I have that in my locker? Do you get what I'm saying? And now you're getting in your head of like, am I spontaneous enough for her?
And then you just want to
Does
do it to
she
prove a
miss that?
point. Not
Yeah.
because you even want to do it. Not because it's not even coming from the place of love or anymore. It's coming from a place of your own ego.
Facts.
Your own insecurity saying like, no, I have to prove that I'm also capable of doing that. I used to fall into that trap like a lot. I used to fall into like, and I did something that I felt like, okay, they had this treatment before. I'm going to match that treatment. And after I did it, it actually felt out of character. And I was like, I'm never forcing it again.
Yeah.
Because even if, and it's not like the thing meant anything to the person. They just kind of, you know, when you're talking,
Yeah, they said it
just kind of
passively.
said it, and it's not like they said it in the twinkle was in their eye. They just said it, and I was like, oh, that's what you were on. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that. And when I did it, I was like, it's not.
Yeah, it's not me. Yeah.
So like, why force it? I think, but your masculinity does get questioned in that kind of.
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Masculinity is a weird thing. Cause
Have you ever done that? Have you ever felt like, you know what, because this man has done it, me too, I'm gonna step up and do it.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, a lot of my, I never really like. I didn't think I was a stubborn person, and I also didn't really think I had an ego. But then I told you like sex and like relationships and all that kind of started like bringing out my ego and stuff like that and making me realize it because, like, I'm not going to ask. I'm prefacing. I'm not going to ask before I say the statement, but I'm trying to be your best in every aspect, like kiss, sex, date, this. Do you get what I'm saying? It's impossible. It's genuinely impossible because I don't think unless like you are literally her first everything boyfriend, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. I don't think it's possible to be the best because sometimes it might not even be better. It might be different.
Yeah.
And they could be here, or neck and neck, and it's
Yeah.
just different. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's the energy that I was on. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously, then again, it becomes tiring. It becomes this and that.
You're putting
And-
pressure on yourself to live up to an expectation that's not even put on you.
Yeah,
You
but-
put that on yourself. Like you're saying, I have to
but-
be the best at anything, and they're like, it's calm on this side.
I think it's one of those situations like I saw a TikTok the other day, yeah, and it made me question things a little bit. And it was like this girl, she was talking about like just different truths and shit like that. And she's like, single mothers raise whatever their skewed perception of men to be. So am I just a result of whatever my mom's perception of what a man should be is?
Yes, and not in a negative way because we are all our result of what our parents.
Yeah, but the thing
were
is,
about. Like obviously your mom raised you, so it's gonna be her view on men. Like I have boys, and this how boys should be. This how I'm gonna raise boys.
yeah, but the thing is, right? We constantly, like, men constantly talk about how women get men so wrong that you make us feel like we need to be one way when you could just be a man. And like when you have a man in the house or there's a man there that you can emulate and you can see how your dad moves, it's like, it's not somebody trying to teach you how to be a man. You're just seeing a man navigate
life.
And you like I said, kids are sponges. They absorb that. Do you get what I'm saying? But because I didn't see the man navigate life, I'm taking rules from a woman on how she thinks a man should navigate life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of got me like,
No, it's true.
right, it's weird.
You know, yeah, because even saying that, because like you even saying that, like you were given on another podcast, you felt like, oh, we have the one job, and I have to tell you, like maybe initially, maybe that's how you were felt that like a man provides, and you bring money, you do this, and I was thinking about it because I listen back to the episodes, and I heard the bar again. I'm like, I understand that that's how maybe perception used to be, that we do have that one job. But just like you, I saw a man navigate life and feel like I don't only have the one job.
Yeah.
I am supposed to do this. I've seen my father clean. I've seen him cook. I've seen him wash do the cars. I've seen him do the laundry. I've seen my dad do also these things in the house. But he was also bringing home like the money.
Bread, did it?
So I'm just thinking also to when you say like in my brain initially, I'm like not really, because even my missus now, I've been in her house and I've seen her dad, like he's cooking. I've seen him do the shop. Like I've seen like men. I'm like, yeah, because especially in the Western world, it's difficult for you to be more difficult now with cost of living. Even everybody should just be set in one role. Like, well, first of all, we're both gonna go outside and get this money. Everybody better go earn their bread and bring it here. So I understand. So maybe like your perception you were given is like, as the man, you are supposed to do this. But I actually saw an example of a man go to work, do everything, but also be in the house and be present, and also take care, and also take us to matches and take us to train. I'm like, okay, so I don't have one job. I'm a part of multiple jobs. You know that kind of way.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And you think that then affected you, like that you didn't have a man to look at, kind of in a way.
The thing is like, yeah, like it's weird because like even back in secondary school, I was in this thing called Rainbows. It's like broken homes and all this kind of shit. And I'm looking at these man like, shut the fuck up, man, bro. Man,
they would say that's very Deji.
Bro, man is talking that he's sad that his dad didn't pick him up on weekend, bro. I haven't talked to mine in 4 years, bro. Relax. Like our struggles are not the same.
This guy said, y'all caring about your dad?
No,
this is a crazy place.
Even like people that are like in their 30s, 40s, and their parents are getting divorced, and you're upset, bro. Let them divorce. It's not your business, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, like why? Like,
yeah.
And people that are coming like, my parents divorced. I didn't really shut up, bro. But you know what? I realized that it is a trauma response because someone that's close to me, lost their mom when they were really young. But so like I'm talking about, he's not even completely sure about when he lost his mom, right? And now when he's older and he's seeing men that are like 30, 40 talking about crying about my mom died and blah blah blah, which is perfectly fine. But he's like, get over it, bro. Like, you're 40, bro.
I hear it.
Yeah, so you get what I'm saying? So I get it's like a trauma response kind of a situation.
Does that then make you worried about, I think you've said it, like looking forward to it yourself? You're not like, you don't, if you want 4 kids, but you're...
No, 3.5. And you know what? That's changing. It's 2.
Yeah, I don't know why you want 4 in this price.
No, I didn't want 4. Yeah, I wanted 3 and 3 in the possibility.
Yeah, I think I'm like 2.5. 2 in a possibility.
Yeah,
because I'm like, if I do have 2 kids, I don't think I can go back to condoms or pulling out.
You get the snip.
Yeah.
Get the snip. So then now, bro, shooting up every club. Room candles every night.
The candles, like, but also I want to talk to you. Now it's like there's the 2 of us. Yeah. And we're all just on this pod. I don't think we even like this is the first time we're kind of having the conversation.
Yeah, on the pod,
on the pod. How do you feel about it? Like just having us 2 and going forward now. The dynamic changing.
Like for me, I feel calm about it. Like I feel like it's one of those situations where, how honest are we being?
Open. It's just me and you. Nobody's listening to this.
I feel like, obviously, because we've had that. Like you said it one time, we've accidentally known each other for like a decade.
Yeah.
Right. And like obviously, Dave's the guy. Appreciate the boy. Hope he's doing well in Canada and all that. Like more life to him and all that. But I only really met Dave. Do you get what I'm saying? And for me, it takes a while to open up to some people sometimes. Like, people open up to me, but I won't open up to them. Do you get what I mean? And so that's why if I had to choose one of you 2 leaving, it would be him. Do you get what I'm saying? And also just because I feel like I've said this all the time, I feel like you're the most important person on the podcast just purely because of, like, it's cool to have this energy on the pod and everything like that, but because you set up all the recordings and everything, there wouldn't be a pod for us to do all of this. Because, like I said, I think we've missed 1 or 2 episodes, and one of those episodes, Jordan went on holiday, and me and Dave just didn't book recording. So it's just like so there's that, and I feel like we have good chemistry. I feel like we understand. Like, the more we work together now, the more I realize that like we're different, but we're on the same wavelength.
I was gonna say, I said it to you yesterday. Me and Deji have different personalities, but we have like execution is the same on a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Like our personality, people will know Deji is very cool, calm, reserved, and I'm more like out there, more extroverted. You'll see me on the timeline, see me talk, but you won't really see Deji out like that. But I have like, if I need to reach out Deji, I can reach out to Deji. But so I know that on ideas we have like, okay, we want to execute it this way, and most of the time it's similar, despite us having like different ranges of personality. And I think like Dave would probably say the same in terms of like if he had to pick someone that, because I had the connection with Dave and I had the connection with you, so he'd probably be like, if one of us had to go, it probably would have been like, so I get it from that point.
Yeah.
And do you think then it's like, it's a, because I'm of the same mindset, like, yeah, the two of us, I think you can run, we can pod the two of us, we can have guests, we can where we think alike and we come from similar backgrounds, even just in like in terms of family and the way we perceive and see things anyways. So I think that's calm. But and what about like a third person? Do you ever feel like, oh, that's something we need to dabble into?
I feel like people keep saying that we need a third person, and I'm not opposed to a third person. I saw the message to you.
Oh no, sorry, no, it's my dad's calling.
Oh shit! No,
No, this guy, I'll call him after.
we didn't get a pick with the last on the last pod.
We didn't get what?
We didn't get a pick on the last pod.
Oh, okay.
But what's it called? What the fuck were we just talking about?
No, third person. People say
Yeah.
third person.
The thing is, I feel like the dynamic is good, and I feel like it's our fault in the way of we haven't done a lot of solo episodes.
Yeah.
In terms of like even just us three, but I don't want like, okay, you know what, going forward, if a third person comes and it fits and it makes sense, by all means we'll pull the trigger on it. But I'm also very comfortable in just being it us two. Do you know what I'm saying? And I also feel like people don't have that trust in us because they haven't seen us just pod by ourselves. Even across the whole time of Charge It and us three, I'm gonna take from like Fiona episode onwards of when people we started picking up a bit of traction. I think we probably have like maybe 2 or 3 episodes solo. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've never wanted the brand of the podcast to be, we need a guest every week. I want you guys to come and fuck with us because you fuck with us. And if we have a guest, cool. And it's more for the new listeners and stuff like that, and just having cool people around or whatever. But this is Charge It. This two right here, that's it. That's Charge It. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, forget about guests. We could easily go on a month with no guests. And I don't want to see numbers drastically drop because we don't have guests, because people don't fuck with us. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, I feel like it's more intimate when it's just... I hate that. That's such a weird word to use.
It's more intimate when it's just the two of us.
Pause.
Say it, bro.
Pause.
Say it, bro.
It's more intimate when it's just the two of us, so like we can actually get into shit. Because now it just was like, bro, I'm not talking about dick swinging in between sheets.
Mr. Black and Irish shit. You can mention.
But you get what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's what it is, and I feel like going forward, just expect to see episodes with just us two more.
Yeah, I think the thing is, we went on a run. We heard, I think, like Chada GB says, like, oh, you guys are good, I just don't see you. So we felt we felt maybe our insecurities, like, okay, we need to get people to see us, and what other ways to get people to see us is like, okay, let's have people that people fuck with, and let's have them come on, and there's like, oh, I fuck with him, let's see what they have to say, and then like hoping then that like they keep coming back every week. But sometimes then you can get stuck into that cycle. It's like, okay, every time there's someone cool on, people come on, listen, and like you're saying, then you're building your brand of guests. And when you said that, I was like, yeah, it's a good point. We see podcasts like Shits and Gigs, the brand is them.
Yeah.
It's literally Fuhad and James. And when you see them, you're like, you know what time it is. So
Exactly.
and people go there. When there's a guest on, we're hoping it's like it's a bonus. Like, oh, they have someone cool on, rather than like, oh, we're going to see that person.
Exactly.
That
Like
kind of way.
the only person that gets away with that is Joe Rogan, but Joe is such a big entity anyways. And even me, I used to listen to everything, but now I listen to a lot less podcasts. So I go and pick the people that I want to listen to, as opposed to just clicking like 90s Babies. I'll click any episode because if it's just them three, if it's them with a guest calm, it is what it is. I know it's gonna be lit. But with Joe, if you're talking about some shit that I'm not interested in, I just don't care. So if we have a guest that people don't care about, is it like, are we not gonna get listeners? Are people not gonna fuck with us? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's kind of what has been playing on my mind, and I've been binging on a lot of Shits and Gigs and shit like that, and just kind of like seeing the rapport between the both of them, and you don't build that rapport without being friends off mic first, but also having those, this is what we're talking about, like it's just us two, let's go and we pod, and you put in those hours when it's just you two talking, kind of a situation. And that's pretty much what it is. So the boys gone to the 6, but we still here.
Just gotta keep rolling. And like we said yesterday, but this is how on Wednesday. But yesterday we were on stage for the third time, and I think since October, so that'll be like what 6, 7 months that we've been on stage. Why'd you make it a performance? Like, I want to hear your thoughts first, and then I'll like on that performance yesterday.
It was. It showed a lot of things. It was eye opening. It showed a lot of things. Like there's a lot of things we could work on. Like we need a lot more time on stage figuring things out and stuff like that. Like cool. Like it wasn't bad, but it's far from what we want to do. And you know what? Shout out to the boys. They came like when footballers are saying stuff like when like you could be a good footballer, you could be class, but then when you see Messi doing it, it's like, bro, we're doing the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah. I've heard basketball players say this. It's like, how are me and LeBron both playing basketball?
Yeah, do you know what I'm
like
saying?
it's just like it's really a different sport to the rest of us.
And that's what I felt because, like, once again, if we're being super honest, with our live show, we filled it with a lot of extras and dilemmas and this and that and this and that and this and that. We didn't sit down and just do this. Whereas you see them, they just come around, sit down, and do what they do. Doesn't need to be giveaways. There doesn't need to be this game, that game, this game, that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think we put ourselves maybe under a lot of pressure to be like, make sure people have, for our live show anyways, we're like, make sure people have a good time, make sure we incorporate this, we incorporate music, and we're trying to find a structure, a dynamic, because was one of the things I was telling you is like, I want to make sure we also talk on the pod, and I was like, that's why I was happy that we did the dilemma section where we sat down with the girls and we just had a conversation, we went through some dilemmas, and again, it's having that cachet now that people trust you that you can just go on stage and pod.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw like 90s Babies did. They just went on stage and they pod and they involved the crowd, they laughed with the crowd. But for the most part, they weren't doing like, oh, let's do a giveaway, oh, let's do games, it's a quiz. They just, but they think maybe they did do a quiz, or do people not go up and do a question, how old you know the 90s Babies? I don't remember. But for the most part, like, it was, for that, I think like yesterday was our toughest one. I'd like the sound house the first time we did it. It was kind of, I didn't know what to expect, and we walked out and I think that one was a really strong performance where we came out and we killed it with the sound clash in the end, and sometimes when people come out for you and it's your show, even for the one we did in with the girl Soundhouse, that was class. But then this one first coming out is like you have 20 minutes, so you already know you have 20 minutes, and in your head you're like, okay, we have to run through these topics in that 20 minutes. And when you can't get you can't grab the crowd's attention within the first like 5 minutes, you do feel the frustration within, but you also have to like maintain your composure. But what I feel is in the end is like, okay, when we started doing the dilemmas, we started grabbing them. We started getting their attention then. And by the time we finished with the Sound Clash and the You Remind Me and T-Pain, we had them then. But again, when it's not your show, people come to say 90s Babies. It's not a charge. It's not a charge audience, and you're coming out. They're already like probably some man's probably got dragged there because their girlfriends brought them. Like they don't even want to be there anyway, but they say, hey, it's a date night. So I could feel myself, and even you told him like there's a bit of noise happening. Like I could feel a bit of like, come on, engage, because we're telling stories. We want you to listen to the stories. But towards the end, we got them, but it's just about reps.
Once again, like this is the thing, because even we were talking earlier on, and it's like we're somewhere in between 150 to 200 episodes, podcast wise. Like doing this here is easy. Like at this point, do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't come with a list of things that I want to talk about. We just kind of get here. Do you get what I'm saying? But whereas being on stages has been a whole different experience of like. It's weird because we almost feel like you can't come and do this. You feel that pressure to entertain because people are paying money and they're doing tickets and shit like that. And like even with the show, when it's like people are speaking and whatever, it is on you to grab the crowd and have that crowd control and shit like that. Because like think about opening acts at like a concert. I don't really care about you, but if you're good and you have the energy, you will catch my attention and you demand my respect. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like it's just once again reps and knowing how to do it and like. Being on stage and knowing, all right, cool, this is how I deal with this situation. If something goes wrong, like if anything goes wrong now, or if like Joe and them just walked in, it flowed. We went in, we went out, blah blah. It's calm. But for some people, that might throw off the whole pod. But we've been doing this for long enough that it doesn't matter anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? True. We can, even if we forgot what we're talking about, we're just moving on to the next thing, and it's going to be lit. And and I think it's just once again, it's just reps doing it more. So more live shows, expect that. Like, don't worry, we got shit coming. Like. We're not slouching. We're busier now than we've ever been, and it's about to be lit. Like,
and the thing is, because sometimes like we have those moments, and maybe we're in our heads now because it didn't go pretty probably, I don't want to speak for you. For me, it didn't go as I expected it to go, or maybe not expected, but or as I wanted it to go. I had no real expectation. 24-hour notice. We're just happy to get there to be involved. It's like, you know what, this is like, it's a podcast I listen to every week, and even talking to them in the back, saying things like, it's weird that I'm meeting you for the first time, but like I know your wife's names. Like it's like I'm meeting you for the first time. Like I know what you man like lived in when you were young. I know things about you, but I'm meeting you for the first time.
You're a stranger, but I know you.
Yeah, you literally said that to them. So even to them, so just to be involved, you're kind of happy. But then you come on stage and you're like, oh, especially with the first two performances we did, we had good experiences. So you're like, oh, this was a good experience. So there's no reason it shouldn't go wrong. It shouldn't be what I want it to be now.
Yeah.
And then you're not nervous, but the worst part is I can imagine what it's like for a comedian bombing. When you don't come out nervous, but it's when you're on stage and things aren't going the way you want it to go, you're kind of like, you get more nervous, more sweaty, and it's like, the best thing is you have someone there with you on stage anyways. Even if they're not listening, I can like just talk to you. Oh, this happened to me when I was young, and go back to podding. Like when they say when you get punched in the face, you go back to your natural form. Yeah, like I'm just gonna pod with Deji because the crowd are not really giving me.
Yeah, and that's what you just got to do. I watched Creed over the weekend.
How was it?
It was okay.
I still have to. I really want to watch it, but now that see the thing is, when you give, I've never seen you say you like a movie.
No. Like, there's good movies. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not a bad movie. That's not like I'm not gonna come here and say it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
I just feel like it felt rushed. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it felt bang, 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 bang. Like, I feel like, tease me a little now.
Yeah,
like,
tell the story.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but Michael B. Jordan, like, I will say his directing was good. Like, he was talking about all of his anime. Like, if you watch anime, you can see the slow-mos, the hitting in this way, the facial expressions and all that kind of shit. You can see the influence. Like, I think it was good, but I feel like it had potential to be so much more. But I just feel like I just needed some. Sometimes like I need you to slow this shit down. Like slow it down. Like tell me the story, build the story. Like give me some anticipation. Like Jonathan Majors. Wait, he's out here choking bitches.
Yeah, watch it. Because I saw the text messages as well. Like TMZ released the text messages. It's not looking good for bro, Because she was like pleading for them not to charge him. She was saying that like she hasn't told him. Did you see the messages?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was uncomfortable to read. Oh, it's really.
Honestly, like with these things, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of a cynic. I'm kind of cynical in the way of like, bro, if he goes down for something like that, that's billions of dollars.
Yeah, because he's literally
he's the next
new
Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah,
he's Kang. So yeah,
it's like how many movies are affected by you not being able to be the villain or the heel of the next couple of movies.
Low-key face of the franchise, because we're gonna have loads of different Marvel movies, but he's gonna be the villain looming over all these Marvel movies.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, and when people have invested billions, you know what happens.
Yeah, when we talk about like Mason Greenwood, like I remember being in Mexico looking at my missus, I'm like, this is a $1 billion industry, billion-dollar corporation. Thomas Party, I'm like, it will only go one way in the world of business.
They're talking about him coming back next season. Like that's where it's at. Do you get what I'm saying? And then also it's also one of those situations like, bro, oh my god, I saw the wildest video. Did you see the video of this man and woman scrapping in the elevator?
No,
bro.
Oh wait, I saw this. I keep seeing. You know when you keep seeing the picture where you just keep scrolling?
Yeah.
I keep seeing it. I'm not watching this.
No, it's the wildest shit ever. Like when I saw it at first, I thought like they were strangers and like he was attacking her, and it was like, I'm not gonna lie, it's an uncomfortable watch because the place is like it's bloody. Do you know what I'm saying? And then cut to the end of the clip, they're in the same elevator wiping the blood and shit. His head is bandaged up. They're wiping the blood down and everything. Like, and that's how some of these relationships be going, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like if the victim is not in the place where they want to do something about it, or they feel like they can, or even there's just being Stockholm syndrome, like
because Jonathan Majors one is like because she saw text messages and then he acted up, and then then she's trying to like he's trying to basically gaslight her, and then in those messages like she's apologizing to him in a way, like saying, not in a way she actually was. She was saying like, sorry, this is happening. Sorry, this is happening to you. I love you. I don't want anything to happen. Like he only wrote to her like goodbye, like and then said the B word, and I was like, okay, so there's not really dialogue from him, but from her dialogue, she was in a position where she's like trying to save him trying to make sure he doesn't go out like in a bad way.
Because I think it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, I would liken it to, I hate you, but I love you. And obviously, like, love and hate they're so fickle. Like, you can jump between either and all that kind of stuff.
Thin line between love and
so it's like, as much as I hate you, I still want to protect you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if there's an ex that did you dirty, but you still love her, it's kind of like, I want to ruin your life. I want to do all of this, but I can't hurt you in that way. Do you get what I'm saying? I could not see myself doing that to you. And it feels like something that, we just got into a fight. It's not that deep. And you know when you can rationalize things as it's not that deep, it's not that serious or whatever.
Or I made him angry.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and then you start blaming yourself, and it's like I'm ruining this man's career off of what? Like, just a small argument. He only choked me a little bit.
Girl, then he starts to escalate. He only choked
I
me,
overreacted. He only choked me a little bit. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And then that's when that becomes like or like even certain people I've spoken to, it's like they almost feel bad for saying something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like I do love you. I don't want to ruin your life, but you're also a piece of shit. Like,
yeah, and then you're ruining my life. And like in the world of entertainment as well, I didn't know Noelle Clarke was going through this. Like, this goes on this kind of similar topic. Noelle Clarke, he wrote Kidulthood.
I know.
Yeah, just for the listeners that don't know who he is. Like, if you're our age, you know he wrote Kidulthood and Adulthood.
Crazy.
Great movies, by the way. Go check it out.
You know, I watched.
Everybody was British after that.
I watched Adulthood before I watched Kidulthood. I didn't know Kidulthood was a thing, so I watched it the other way around.
I watched that. Yeah. That's been watching. The thing is, watching Kidulthood, you know, like Samuel says this to me, is like sometimes like you have to be there. Like, it's hard watching it now. You might watch it now, you'd be like, man, this movie is not that good. Why do people gassing this? But if you watched it when you were like 14, 15 our age, you see a cast of black people that looked and talked like we were talking, like fam, man, them, and they're in a movie and they're living life and they're all in school. It was a moment in time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to recreate that. So if you go watch it now, you'd be like, why is Jordan gassing?
Nah, but I got it. Like, I got it. Like, because I did watch it. Like, I did watch it relatively when it was still a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, just on that, because obviously then he got accused of 20 allegations. But then Zeze Mills sat down with him and gave him a platform and to explain himself. Because she was on the thing of like, look, how did the world get to a place that nothing has to be proven? You don't have to get charged. You don't have to, like, because the police didn't even bring him in. Like, nothing, it's at a place, her standpoint anyways, you can go watch it and she'll explain it better. She says, are we at a place that if something is just said about you, everything, your 20 years worth of work can be taken away from you? Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So it's like, how can you say something said about you and then 20 years of work get taken away from you? Should we not, if he's not being charged, or is this just allegations, or this is stories from people, is it still a thing that if people just say things about you, should everything then be taken away from you without any proof, just on the basis of allegation? And I was like, I hear what you're saying, because she's like, it could happen to me. If people would just said, Zeze was done this, and 5 people say, yeah, that's enough. All my deals and my Spotify, my what should do, Amazon podcast is gone, every deal is gone based on what people are saying. So she was alluding to maybe we've given too much power to people just being like, oh, this happened to me.
Yeah.
Let's take everything away from the person. But I don't know where that line is, because 20 allegations is mad, bro.
Bro, there's like, my thing.
20 is crazy.
My thing is, one, and even then I could hear you. 2, maybe 3. Even 2 is kind of
like
20.
that's
nigga. You did some shit.
you did, but and to be not to be fair to Noelle Clarke, but his perspective anyway, he's like, yeah, no, there's some shit I did. He said, yeah, I looked at a woman and said, yeah, you have a nice ass, and he said I did it in the workplace, and he's given this whole cultural context, and we talk. There's an episode will be out. He says we were raised in a way that the way we, not that it makes it right. He does say this, like, it doesn't make it right, but the way we talk to women then, the way we approach women then, 20 years ago, it flipped, and we didn't get time to adapt to that. And I'm like, do you know what? Cultural context sometimes it matters. I can hear that, like, you were raised one way and the world changes and you're trying to navigate and adapt, and they're tell you the way you behaved 15 years ago isn't acceptable today, so we're gonna grab you on that basis. Like, again, once or twice, but 20, bro.
Yeah, nah.
That's kind of. Like, but what do you think of Zeze Mills even giving him a platform to be like? Because then people start getting on her back. If you start saying like you're an apologist as a woman, but of course you'll hear all
like
those things.
I don't like see the thing is with all of this, yeah, like trigger warning for everybody anyways. But like it's you know what, it's sad. Like and it's sad on multiple levels. It's sad because I don't think it ever changes. Number one. Because for the mere fact that you don't come and tell me that you did such and such to such and such, you know it's wrong. So you know it's wrong. And because you know it's wrong, you can't change somebody that knows something is wrong and they're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And also, as men, right? Like I'm transparent with this. Like as men, it's something that is so far outside of our field sometimes that it almost doesn't feel real. But damn near any girl you talk to has been through something.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like they're not doing this to themselves.
Yeah.
Like not everybody can be lying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Do you get,
No,
do you get what I mean?
I'm with you. It's kind of like because we don't experience it, it's hard for us to understand it exists. It's kind of like when we tell white people, "Oh, racism exists."
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, because you live every day not experiencing it. So of course, for you, it doesn't exist. But
And for, like, it's weird, right? So on one side, it's like, cool, have a platform to speak about it and shit like that. But on the other side, it's kind of like, should you have a platform to speak about it?
yeah, and that's it. Because I watched it in conflict because I saw her getting cooked. And again, sometimes I'm like, I'm a big fan of context. I go in and I was like, let me actually watch it. And she gave the caveat at the start. She's like, look, I don't know how society is going to a place where someone can work for 20 years and then people can say stories about him and not even check with the person, and then he loses everything he's worked for 20 years. No convictions. The police didn't bring him in. No police questioning. Just people can say things. Like imagine now you were, let's say you're a bully in school. 5 people, this podcast blows. 5 people that used to bully in school say you treated them blah, blah, blah.
Charge you.
But that's the
No,
thing. I know what
yeah.
I'm saying. And then everything is just like, even if you didn't, someone just might not like you or might not like me. It's like a Jordan guy's a dick. And she was like, I was like, I get that what Zeze is trying to say, because she's like in a position of she's successful, maybe. So she can see like, if I work for 20 years and people just talk about me, can all this go away for myself as well?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it is insensitive that 20 stories and you're a woman and you're still giving him a platform to explain himself. I can understand the anger for that.
Yeah, but it's just weird. And you know what? Like, I hate, like, honestly, you know what? Genuinely, yeah, this shit makes me sad.
Yeah.
Like, it actually bothers me, man. And it's kind of like, every time I hear another story, it actually genuinely fucking breaks my heart, bro. Because it feels like, because you don't, like, it's not like, there's certain things that you can see in people, right? And you can be like, I see that.
Yeah.
But with this, some people you can see it, and I'm not gonna lie. But some people, bro, you're just a regular fucking person. But you're also a cunt. Like, you're a piece of shit. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, behind closed doors, like, people are completely different people. Like, man, them out here beating on the girls, man, them out here doing crazy, like R words and shit like that. Like, it is just insane, bro.
An event that was at this year, and I think I said it to you, no name, whatever. I just saw like the guy walking past, he groped her. And I have to I have to pull the girl away. I'm like, is that your man? She's like, no. And she says, no, but it's okay. I don't want to make a scene. Just walk away. And obviously, then I was like, I respected. I was like, leave. But then I was like, at that stage, I was like, after all the talking and the teach man and but there's niggas like you're saying, they don't want to learn. This whole thing is like, oh, we don't have the education. Like there's a certain generation I can be like, you know what? Maybe they didn't have the education. Like JLOL said, the word like consent and the content, but if you're okay with it, these didn't like. That's not how like the people we looked like are putting vector code. They looked up to were saying. But now it's not even the thing of like, oh, there's no education or this was not happening. Bro, the Me Too movement happened for this reason, to teach an exam. But for me to still be outside at my big age, to still see a guy move like that, it felt a bit more icky. Because one thing is like when I'm 16 and I'm seeing guys grab girls, trying to wine with them, I don't have the knowledge education. I'm just saying like, oh, these are these guys, they move to these girls, and that's how you're getting the girl. Calm. 15 years on, I'm seeing that a guy still exhibit that behavior. I'm like, it feels more disgusting because you have the knowledge and you're aware. Like sometimes they say it's better for a sinner not to find God because he can tell God he was ignorant.
Yeah.
He could tell God he didn't know better. But now that you know better and you're still doing it, that's even like that's just more disgusting.
And you know what's even worse is that, and it's not a problem, but obviously there's a thin line with the attraction factor of like that has worked on 3 out of 10 girls. So it's like I bagged 3.
Yeah.
Let me go back another like. Do you get what I'm saying? And for a lot of niggas, it's a numbers game. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's almost one of those situations where it's like, you've done it, but yeah, cool, she's okay with it, but she's not okay with it. Do you get what I'm saying? And then there's some situations where it's kind of like it's just weird, bro. Like, and like it's genuinely heartbreaking. And the thing is, right, as like, I feel like I've come to a realization, yeah, when it's your sister or your mom or someone that you care about, they're open enough to show you that part of themselves that might be a bit broken and shit like that, yeah. And it almost doesn't become real to us until we see that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you've seen someone cry over something like that, and you can see them genuinely like, or somebody walks into the room and you see them freeze,
Yeah.
and like you see the horror in their face, you don't really realize what it does to somebody until you see that. But also, you can't tell somebody that is dealing with that to come and show that to the world. Do you get what I'm saying? And then that's why it's just, bro, man. It's just like that's why I say, like, I feel like it's one of those situations that it's also very he says, she say, she say, blah 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 blah, and then it's also another thing of like, all right, cool. The minute you say something, I'm gonna attack your character, or the minute you say something is like, nobody's going to believe you because I'm the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
And people love me. Do you get what I'm saying?
And I know it's annoying when we say, oh, why does it have to happen for you to, like what you're saying, why does it have to happen for a family member for your sister to take it serious? Like, and a lot of people push back on that. Like, they'll say, like, oh, why does that? The thing is, sometimes we all live life. It's sometimes we have to experience something, or someone around has to experience it for us to understand the severity. As annoying as it is, we went through 2020 and we went through George Floyd, went through BLM. Then white people were like, oh, I can't believe you had to live through that. But they had to probably see their friend or their black friend or the black community go through something traumatic for them to then understand. And I used to be like, when people were like, it doesn't, and I used to be the same mindset, yeah, something bad doesn't have to happen for you to understand people's plight. But then I was like, do you know what? Not everybody functions in that manner. Some people, they learn by seeing or they believe by seeing. And that's just, unfortunately, that's just how the world operates.
But also, the thing is, I can understand but not care.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I have to feel it to care. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why when I was like I actually I deeped it, and I was like, because it's just one of those things. Like obviously, the more I grow up, the more women I talk to, the more situations I talk to. Like, I put earphones in the middle of the night and I just walk. Do you get what I'm saying? And then like I remember walking because like obviously in Navan, right, after 11 o'clock, the streets are kind of dead. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's gonna be a time where I might be walking and there's this girl walking there, and it's just us two on the street, silent.
Yeah.
And
She's terrified.
exactly, but
If you're walking behind me, I'll be terrified.
because I know me, and I know that I don't have bad intentions.
Yeah.
So I'm carefree. I barely even notice you, but you're terrified. Do you get what I'm saying? And like even sometimes I might run past somebody and I'm seeing the horror, bro, horror in their face, bro. And then that's why I started making it a thing of like I'm across the road, or I walk really fast to get past you, so you're behind me, kind of a situation. But it's just like those little things you don't really realize until you're like even when you said like one of your friends had to tell you about the whole checklist you had to do just to go out, just to go outside. And like I feel like we touched on it with like on our episode with GTG, and the girls were telling us some of their stories that even, you know what, even when we posted the clips, and some of the comments, not that they were bad, but they made me feel weird.
What you mean?
Because it was kind of like, we're laughing at this, and it's funny. Yeah. Ha ha. But it's also not funny.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable. Like I remember, I listened. Like I listened back. I wrote the clip, and I was like, I don't know if I should post. I text you, and then you were like, no, text Demi. I was like, yeah, I had to text her as well. Like, are you okay with posting this clip? Because I don't want people to laugh at it at the same time, but it is a clip being posted for engagement. So but if she was like, I don't want that clip posted, I would have been more than okay with it.
Yeah.
But even me posting it, I felt like a bit like, okay, maybe I should. But I confirmed it. But I was like, oh, it's fine. Let me just do it. But then I get you when the comments are then happening. I was like, yo, this is This is like, you want to talk to it? It's real life
Yeah,
happening.
do you know what I'm saying? And it just I don't know, it just felt weird. And like I feel like obviously as Mandem is one of those things that we should probably speak about more, and we should probably
Oh, I sent it's don't talk about because I sent there was a coach in American sports and he was coaching his kids and he was actually giving them like a prep talk on consent. He says if the lady if she's on it in the car and she's changed her mind in the elevator, it means no. And I was like, that's so positive to see that it's the coach of these young players that's now teaching them because sports athletes can be so entitled because everything is given to them.
Yeah.
They're great from young and the world bends for them because you can get the family at odd.
Yeah.
So everything like then you start to build a self of entitlement that you can take and have anything because everybody has made sure it's been that way because you're the one that's gonna be there. So then you start to meet people and these are real people and now they don't want to give you what you want and that entitlement that's embedded within it starts to play a part. So when I saw the coach giving them a pep talk in certain and same reason I said to JLO, I was like, I'm happy you inserted words like consent in those songs because I'm like we listen to music. It's not funny if my homies can have none. It's like that's crazy thinking back. But you had a whole generation looking up that he looks like me, he's cool, he gets all the girls. That's the rule we gonna live by.
Yeah.
So Zeze Mills, I understand it's content. She's a content creator. She makes interviews. I understand sometimes you also need the other's perspective, especially if he hasn't been charged, the police hasn't gotten him, and these are like he's losing everything because of stories. I get it, but at the same time, if you're gonna do that content, you're gonna catch smoke.
Yeah, but also and all of this, yeah, even like once again, I'm not on any high mighty horse. I'm not the Mr. Know It All, blah blah blah. I'm still learning like everybody else is still learning, and it's one of those situations where why didn't you report it to the police, bruv? 11%.
That's why Noelle Clarke kept saying it's because this is like what's the precautions should they take? Oh, report it to police. I'm like, they've heard this and they've done it and it just doesn't go in their favor. And like we're saying, it's not like we have all the answers or we know what should be happening. It's like, but sometimes those content do feel icky. Like when he sits there, she sits there, and she's giving him the platform, despite because the number 20 is just too much. Even when Benjamin Mendy, man, see, that's how you know there's like such a the chance of them winning. Benjamin Mendy 6 cases, and when they get 6, I was like, there's no way you beat this. He's going to court and everything.
Bro,
and he did. He's 6. And I was like, what message is that then given? If you're taking them even to court, they're reporting it to the police, they're going to court. So I'm all here, like, I do content, so I can never be like, I can't say, oh, stop. I don't want to police anybody else's content. But sometimes I'm like, some things are better left alone. They're just dead then and there. Well,
yeah. No, like, I hear you.
is this? Well, yeah.
No, what's called it?
Yeah, people are going to be like, this is a real deep podcast. Not gonna lie, guys, we're talking mellow because we're also hungry. We've been here for like 3-4 hours.
But what's called like, and it's just one of those situations like, when, like, do you know how crazy it is? Yeah, you're Chris Brown. There are millions, literal millions, tens, hundreds of millions. You want to say, of women that are ready to throw it at him at the drop of a dime. And then that is, you have a 97% success rate. So when that one girl says no, nobody says no to me.
The entitlement.
When was the last time I heard no? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
not even
it's
from
crazy.
women, just from everybody in her life. So Chris, do we need this? Yes. Chris, they're just so used to hearing the word yes that like, look, this topic.
Yeah, bro, man. Like, look, man, it's as Dongo said, it's a deep one.
It's a deep one, yeah.
Nah, but look, on a lighter note, man, I want to say thank you to 90s Babies for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah.
It was great to meet people that I've been listening to on and off since 2016. 17? 16, 17?
17 for me. I remember the Tommy Uche episode where the one's doing the flips. That was like my first episode. I listened to them, yeah.
Like, because I've actually heard like I've been listening long enough that I heard the intro, like the episode where the intro called it from.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
I
yeah,
lie, but I'm honest about it.
Yeah, and it's just one of those situations where like one of my friends said to me the other day, and it's like, 2 years ago, could you imagine being where you are now? And career wise, no. Podcast wise, not a chance. Like, and it's just like sometimes you get caught up in the moment and forget to look back and like reflect and be like happy about things and stuff like that. And Oh shit! I think I'm gonna start jiu-jitsu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think I'm seriously gonna do it.
Why though? It's always like something that flips. Like I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu.
2 reasons. I feel like I don't have the consistency yet to fall back in love with the gym. Cause like until you like you start like you get past the DOMs and you know what you're doing and you're lifting more and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And when you used to be at a certain level and you're not there now, you're just trying to get back to that level and get back to love being in love with it. And I don't think I have that right now. And also I feel like with the way things are set up, I feel like I heard something and it's like you default to your systems. You need to have systems in place to make you succeed. And I know that when it comes to showing up somewhere, I can do that all day long. Like I'll show up to a podcast, I'll show up to this, I'll show up to that. But if it's something that I kind of don't have to show up to, I'm not like going to the gym, I might struggle with that some days. But if it's like, oh fuck it, I got to go to class, or I've got to go to this, I've got to go to that. And also the other part of it is that I'm too calm, bro.
You're too calm.
Yeah.
Why is that bad?
It's bad because...
But jiu-jitsu makes you calmer.
What?
Jiu-jitsu makes you calmer.
It's the problem isn't the calmness. The problem is that I don't know if I can access my aggression without being pissed off. And that's a problem because I don't get pissed off often.
Okay.
And like I always say, like, because people always say this thing like, oh, when you're older, like, and you, like someone touches your kid, you're gonna get. But the thing is, do you know how many things have happened to me that people are telling me that I should be pissed off about that I haven't been pissed off about? I don't want to roll that. I don't want to roll that dice. I want to know that if you fuck with me at any moment, even if I'm calm and I'm happy and I'm having the best day ever, I will break your arm.
Oh no,
I will put you to sleep.
I can switch it on. I can switch on the anger. Like remember, there was an incident here when you said you looked at me and I was like,
oh yeah, funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
literally.
I could switch it on, but I only if I like need to get there, I can do it. Yeah,
but that's the problem. I can't.
Yeah.
And because I can't switch it on, you know, some people think they can fight, but they can only fight because the adrenaline is pumping through the system and they're angry.
No, I think a lot of us can't actually fight.
Yeah.
No, a lot of us, like people that can fight, they said the best fighters can stay calm in the moment and they can execute what they want to do. Those are fighters.
Yeah.
We are scrapping.
30 seconds, you're gone.
Yeah, we are scrapping.
30 seconds is a long fight.
30 seconds is a long fight. But we are like fighters are saying like what happens in the next fight is what happened in your brain. So you're still. You're still, you're just executing. Okay, he's moving here, moving there, I'm kicking there. Those are fighters.
Yeah,
the rest of us were just adrenaline. Because I would love to be in the moment that like when the other person adrenaline is pumping, that they're swinging and missing, and you can remain calm, just step back and
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of us can't do that. We can't remain calm because it's chaos. Because the best fighters, they're able to, like the UFC fighters, they're staying calm in the chaos.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, it's fight or flight. Like listen to Talking Bollocks, John Kavanagh was on and the boys were like, I'm gonna come on. John Kavanagh's Conor McGregor's coach. He said they want to do some classes. Says like he started explaining to what happens. Says even explaining it to you now, I can see your fight or flight mode activating. You're clenching your face. You're getting a bit tighter. You're getting a bit nervous. But now when you're in the arena with 15,000 people and if someone's about to put your head, take your head off, you have to remain calm in the chaos. So you doing jiu-jitsu, it's actually just to make you calm.
No, but it's not. Like, I know, I have the calmness.
Yeah.
The calmness is fine.
Yeah.
It's the aggression that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I can't access my aggression like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, let's say something happened, and I feel like you violated. I don't know if I can access the aggression to fight if I feel like I need to fight. Do you know some situations like we have to fight. If I'm not pissed off, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I hear it.
And that's why I feel like
I hear it.
I need to be able to, at any point, be able to just switch on the aggression on and off and break somebody's arm or break your neck. No.
But
Genuinely.
jiu-jitsu is also good for just fitness.
No, oh yeah, and that too. Like there's two parts, but like one part is that I want to know that I feel like I will become more of a prick once I know that I can choke out 95% of the world. Because you come and beat me.
But the thing is, sometimes knowing you can knock out 95% of the world makes you like, I can beat yourself. I'm very calm.
No, but this is the thing. Like I know myself. I'm not that person. I don't like. I've grown up now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't give unsolicited advice. I don't go out of my way to do certain things. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to just go around and start trying to start scraps. However, I just know on the inside, I am giddy. Giddy for the days on Jazzy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, like, do you know what it would be like to be outside? You know when niggas are scrapping outside, and I have you in a triangle choke.
But they said the thing about jiu-jitsu is the fight when you're on the floor. What are you gonna do standing up?
Yeah, but what's called statistically, I think like 95% of street fights end up on floor.
See, I score a street fight on my Twitter if you're ever there. I still this day I look at two adults fighting in the street. I'm like, brother, it just looks silly. Yeah, it just looks so
you know
stupid.
what, yeah.
Don't do it.
And you know what, yeah. Like you said, like we always say, as an adult, there's too many risks to fighting. But I want to know that I have that ace in the back of the car you think you got a special move? I got a special move too, bitch.
Just before you know it, you're in a rear naked choke, like when they choked out Cat Williams. Like 13-year-old.
Yeah, and I saw this guy. He said, if we get into a fight, this fight is ending one of two ways. I'm either breaking something or I'm putting you to sleep. And that is what I want to do.
That's fair enough.
I think, jiu-jitsu might be the vibe.
Shout out to you, but also I also wanted to piggyback off that. Shout out to like 90s babies. It actually was a great honor, and I know we talked about maybe not having the performance go the way we'd like it to go, but just to even have the moment to be there and be selected and be amongst it. It's crazy because sometimes I feel like especially when we started, we're playing like catch up. We're trying to catch up to where we're supposed to be because we started this podcast so long ago. So sometimes it was an element of like we're trying to make up for lost time that we could have used better. But just to even be there and to be in the back and they're getting the trims and having the camaraderie, the conversations, and to be just in amongst it. Like you're saying, if they said a year ago, open up for 90s babies, you're like, wow, that's crazy. But now to be on stage 3 times, so fair play to that. And I just, even, like, I know I say this, like, the podcasters are doing live shows, the fashionistas are in vogue and they have their deals, the musicians are performing at festivals, the DJs are
influencing.
Yeah, the DJs are constantly in conversation. So as a unit, I know when Prad said it the best, like, as a unit, as a whole, we are moving, like, as a culture, we are moving really well at this time. So shout out to that as well.
And it's even one of those situations, like I said this years ago, like, there was a shift in my life when, not that I ever cared about celebrities, but meeting certain podcasters and shit would mean more to me than meeting some rappers and shit like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, I don't think people really understand that, like, I've listened to podcasts and it's changed something I do in my real life, or it's changed how I thought about something in my real life. 100%. And do you get what I'm saying? 100%. So it's kind of like you've had more impact on me than
because the celebrities that we grew up on first were characters.
Yeah,
like Will Smith was a character. He's not the Fresh Prince, or he's not the Man in Black. He's not the I Am. He's a character that was of Will Smith, and the mask started to slip of Will Smith in the last 5 years or so.
Exactly. I don't really like him.
And then you're like, I don't really like you. But someone like Taser, who we invested into him from the beginning. Like I said on the pod, the road to Taser Black. Like until I get to do the podcast with him, because it's like, I didn't invest into a character. I invested into the person, and you've said things that have resonated with me, or you've broke down the life in a way that maybe I didn't have the knowledge to think about. So you are actually, the person you are is who's stimulating me mentally. Will Smith, like, okay, there was good storylines in The Fresh Prince. There was storylines of racial discrimination, the cops coming to the house. The storylines I could relate to as a black person. But at the end of the day, I couldn't relate to you, the character, in that kind of way. But I think that's
that's more than enough, man. Let's get out of here.
That's more than enough. Let's get out of here.
So
what am I charging to the game this week? What am I charging to the game, bro? I don't really. It's actually been pretty calm at the minute, but I know I'm gonna start my charger with Jordan segment where I do 2 to 3 charger segments from the internet. We react to that. So I'm gonna charge that to the game. The fact I didn't have any prepared for this week.
I am charging to the game. What's good, you?
Man like Dan. Yeah, we're shooting now.
Don't worry, you're the second person. You're the second person to come through.
You're the second person to come through. We're about to wrap up.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
No, breast, bro.
No problem, bro.
You know what? Our charger will be the other dilemma from the podcast that we did from the show. Okay. So my boy broke up with his long-term girl. In parentheses, serious body. And she started moving nuts to me recently. Should I entertain it or not? Yeah. It all depends
how close you are, how old you are. Because to be fair, I'll be like, okay, so I know we don't like to fuck around because it's a podcast, but honestly, some friendships are like brothers. You don't want to waste a brotherhood on a girl.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that's like the real perspective. I have friends that, like me, and I know Deji a decade already, now. So I have friends I've known maybe 30 years. So I don't think there's any level of body that would have been enough for me to.
It's not worth it, yeah.
But that being said,
let's get into this.
That being said, yeah.
Facts.
First of all, send the pic. I want to see your shook. Sometimes, if you're already thinking about it, and that means you've already analyzed the level of friendship that you're with your boys. Because if your boys like that, you wouldn't even think about it. You wouldn't even send a dilemma. You would be like, you know what, on it. You sent the dilemma because you want to do it, and you just want confirmation bias. You just want people to tell you go do it. What would you do? As a girl's, has your friend's guy ever tried to like hint it or move to you in a certain way?
As my friend's girl.
Yeah. Or girl or ex.
What's called? I want to thank God that me and my friends don't have the same taste in women.
Okay.
So
You like the counterparts, is it?
Some of them, yeah. But even apart from that, like the kind of girls they go for is not my spec.
Yeah.
But no, that hasn't happened. A friend of a friend, but I was on my Mr. Morals nice guy.
Oh,
whatever.
a friend of a friend.
So
yeah, them ones.
so I declined it, and then find out later, man did the thing to me.
Charge. That's it. Thank you for listening.